Spring Boot, JPA, Hibernate, microservices, and I have done my BTech in 2016 in computer science stream. So my the daily task is that only taking the requirement from my Scrum Master and completing within delivery time.
Okay.
Yeah, and currently we are working on a microservices project, Connect Interface. Uh, our client has a maintenance problem. He has a old system, so he has a maintenance problem because in that product he want to some of the part of that project need to be more installed. So that's why we are right now providing a microservices architecture, and in I'm responsible to provide authentication and authorization
Okay.
security for microservices, every microservices.
So how many microservices are there in your project?
Still means it's not defined, so maybe 150 or 160,
Okay.
that much of project is
And how these microservices are communicating with each other?
via API gateway.
API gateway. Okay.
Yeah,
So is it a REST or REST template or something else?
yeah, REST template we are using.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you using any other thing like Kafka or anything for uh, like getting the
Yeah, means
responses?
right now I won't get any chance to work on the Kafka, but yeah, I have knowledge on that.
Okay. So are you
Yeah,
following so you are following Scrum, right?
yes,
Yeah, okay. So which framework is it, Kanban or Agile?
Agile.
Agile. Okay. So what is the duration of a sprint in your project?
Sorry.
Uh, Duration of sprint.
Yeah, it may 21 days or means 1 month. You can
One
say.
month.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And how you uh, give story points to particular stories? How you decide story points?
Yeah, we use for that Azure. In Azure, we have that.
No, no, story points. So there must be multiple stories, right, in Agile.
No, means I'm not that much of responsible. The responsible person is different for that. Like a Scrum Master have leaders who have they maintain an Excel sheet for that.
Okay, but
So yeah,
Scrum Master can only manage. Scrum Master is responsible to manage the whole team, but
right.
story point will be decided by the team.
By the
Yeah.
by the
So
leaders.
team, no, not the leader. I mean input from the team members also. They will take inputs from the team members also. Uh, like there will be some meeting in which they estimate the story points for each story, right?
Yeah, but in our project there is no such type of entity. The end date they only mention. We are not applicable to estimate the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I only take the requirement and done with that, and attend this Scrum meeting Agile every day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem. Because in if you are following Scrum, that this is the standard you have to follow in, like in every company. If they are following Scrum, then there will be some stories, there will be some story points. Then team will decide the story points by taking inputs from everybody from the team. Uh, okay, no
yeah,
issues.
understood.
Okay, so we will start with the, I think, core Java first.
Yes.
So, what do you understand by a fail safe and fail fast iterator?
Fail safe and fail pass. It means um, it's the we can say while means I'm not related to that term, but I may be related to the concept. Suppose if we are creating a iterator, So at the time of traversing the iterator, we read and modify at the same element. Then we will get the concurrent modification exception. So it relate to the fail fast and fail safe because I'm not known the this term fail pass and fail safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so which collection is sorted?
Tree set is a sorted collection, we can say.
So have you used tree set?
Yes, I use.
Okay, great. And what is the difference between array list and linked list? And when to use array list over linked list?
Yes, suppose if our requirement is like that to searching a element, then we should go with the array list. Or our requirement is like to store any element into the list, then we should go with the linked list.
Okay,
Yeah. Suppose if you want to insertion at middle, then you should go with the linked list. But in array list, you will not be insert at the middle.
okay.
Yeah.
And uh, can you tell me the internal working of hash map?
Yes. So HashMap basically what they did. Suppose if we put any key, right? So first it calculate the hash code, and it has some buckets. So basically means by default it has 16 buckets. So based on the hash code, it finds the bucket, and each bucket is a node or linked list. It contains of four element: previous address, next address, and the key value means only key, and it's stored into the buckets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the change? Like in Java 8, they introduced some change in the internal working of hash map. So are you aware about that?
uh yes.
So what is
uh,
that?
yeah, they use linked list, but in 1.8 they use maybe a binary tree.
Yes. So which
Some
collection is thread safe in Java?
thread shape is thread shape,
Yeah.
maybe a concurrent hash map is the thread shape
Okay.
because yeah, and the legacy collection we have, right? Vector, this is also thread shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then do you know about concurrent hash map?
Not more than that. Means no.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So can you tell me why string is immutable?
Because var string is immutable.
Immu
Immutable.
Yes, correct.
Because yeah, we can say it is a final class, string class, and it has a variable as a final variable. So that's why it is immutable. Immutable means once you create an object, you cannot change its contents.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a final variable string has. So if you are creating any variable and you are accessing any methods of the string class, so it will be a create a new object, not the existing one.
Okay.
Yeah. The advantages is that only immutable. Uh, we can say null pointer exception we avoid from that because we use a final variable, right? So at the time of creating we have to initialize that variable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between heap and stack memory in Java?
Heap and stack memory, yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever you are creating an object with new keyword, then it will stored in the heap memory,
yeah.
and method level local variables is stored in the stack memory. So whenever the method execute completed, the stack memory is also means stack memory contains object also destroyed
Okay.
when method is executed, successfully executed. And instance variable stored in the heap memory.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you used Java 8?
Yes, I use.
Okay, so can you tell me some of the features of Java 8?
Yeah, Lambda expression, functional interface, stream API, uh, date and time API, Joda time,
Okay.
and there are predefined interfaces also there, function, supplier, consumer, predicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you have a collection, okay, and you want to sort it. So, how do you do that?
Yeah, so by using a comparator operator, suppose if object is predefined, just like suppose if object is a string, then we no need to go for a comparator. We have a comparable interface already implemented by the string class compared to method. So
Okay.
we just go with the tree set, and we have to get the means whenever we are using a tree set and adding a element of a string, so whenever we are printing a tree set object, it will get the sorted order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard about copy on write array?
Copy on write array.
Yeah.
mm, no.
Okay. Okay. And what is an optional class, and how do you use it in? It's a part of Java 8 actually. It was introduced in Java 8. So, what is an optional class?
Yes, suppose we have a null pointer exception, right? Means suppose if object is null, then only we are calling the methods. So there may be a chance of occurring a null pointer exception. So by using an optional class, we can avoid a null pointer exception.
Okay.
So there is a, yeah, we can create a optionals, and inside optional we can store our object also. So while fetching the objects, we check is the object exist or not. If it is exist, then only we call the method. So by using that, we can avoid the null pointer exception.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know why Lambda was introduced?
uh, yes, to
Why?
enable a functional programming, or yeah, to enable the functional programming.
Okay.
Yeah, and to implement the concise code means because we are writing a lot of code before 1.8, so we miss the functional programming. That's why they are introduced the Lambda, because in every other language except the Java, they have own Lambda expression. So now they introduce the Lambda expression in 1.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm pasting something in the chat box, and
Yes.
you need to tell me the output. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me the output for it?
In some. Yeah, and sees out the sum. Yeah, we will get the every time means first statement is like sum for 0 to can I write here
Yes, yes.
in yeah. So this will print first line this sum for 0 to 0 0, then other sum for 0 to sum for 0 to 1, then 1, right?
Uh,
This will go on, this will go on until the condition is not false. So
okay.
in for loop you are writing some bracket, right? You are not writing any bracket.
No.
Oh,
You
okay, okay,
mean
then
curly
sorry.
braces?
Yes, curly braces.
No.
Then sorry, sorry. Yeah, wait, wait for because I think you write the curly braces. Okay, so then trace out first sum for 0 to 0, first line uh, 0 to 10. Sorry, I rewrite again. One
Okay.
minute. Sum for 0 to 10, and then addition. What is the addition of this 10? Uh, we can say 1 3. Need to use a calculator.
No problem. Okay. Okay, no issues.
uh, yes, yes, 1 minute I completed this calculation.
Okay.
Few seconds. 45 sum for 0 to 10, and then it will print 45.
Okay.
Am I right? Am I making sense or anything wrong? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, am I right or anything I'm wrong?
Yeah, I think there will be there is a possibility of errors, compilation errors as well. I want to tell you, so you can think again.
Compilation error.
Yeah,
Because this is a 0, not O, right?
yeah,
Yeah, X is not accessible outside. I
yes,
think so.
correct. So the scope of x will be inside the for loop only
Yes, yes,
because
yes.
we are
Oh, yeah.
declaring. Yeah.
Yeah. Unable to means early, early, so that's why.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
Can you write something in Java 8 Stream API?
Yes.
Okay. So, can you please share your screen and open Notepad?
Yes. But I have no option to share my screen
Okay.
because I am opening at the not app in browser.
Okay. Okay.
In browser, desktop sharing is not supported.
Okay. So, like, can you tell me if you know the uh, process of coding this statement?
Yes.
So, I have a list of employee
Okay.
and I want to count the number of employees whose age is like above 30.
About 30. So give me a minute. I will open my notepad and write and paste it our chat box.
Okay.
Yes. So we have a employee list, right?
Yeah.
An
Or
employee
instead
list.
of writing, you can just tell me because it's a simple statement. So you can just tell me what type, what method we will use
Yes.
and everything.
Yes. Yes. So can you repeat your statement once?
Yeah. So we have a list of employees and we want to
Yes.
find out the employees whose age is more than 30 from that list.
More than 30, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So employee list dot stream. Okay. And on stream it dot filter. So filter inside you have to pass the function. Hello.
Yeah.
You have to pass the function like I means employee, uh, and then you have to pass the we can say employee dot get uh, age, right? Get
Yeah,
age greater than 30, means within a 13, and then dot collect. So suppose if or means whatever we have employee list, we have to
yeah,
filter that one, and then we have to collect into a list,
yeah,
separate list, and we have to store it into a list of employee.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay, good.
Thank you.
So we will move to Spring Boot now.
Yes.
So are you comfortable with Spring Boot?
Yes.
Okay. So what is Spring Boot Starter?
Yeah, starter is nothing but the we can say it is one of the project. So whenever we are creating a Spring Boot project, must compulsory child of that project, Spring Boot starter project.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any benefit of having Starter Boot Starter project?
Yes, it has a enable MVC auto configuration is there. So whenever in case of a Spring, we have to configure the data source bin. But in case of a Spring Boot, we don't have to configure such like of dependency. You just add one dependency, and you need to write some application dot property. You will get the data source. So it will the benefit of auto configuration,
Okay,
given by the Spring Boot. So you can auto add anywhere data source, but in case of a Spring, you need to write a bin for that first, and then it will search as a component scan, and then it will auto add.
okay.
Yeah.
So have you used Swagger,
Yes, Swagger I use.
and why we use Swagger?
Why we use Swagger? Yeah, it's just because it is a one of the we can say client of our REST API. Like a postman tool, now we are using a postman tool, we are writing our endpoint and providing a request body, right? So Swagger is one tools we have to configure in our project. So it has one URL. When we are hitting that URL, so all the REST endpoint we have to see get with the UI, means we can say favor UI. We say we have a lot of request body. We have to see where the structure is given, what is the request body will need this endpoint. So Swagger is the best things while means after for consuming the REST API.
Okay,
Yeah, and there have also send button. When we click on a send, it will come back a response also.
okay. So how you are deploying your Spring Boot applications?
Normally, right now we are creating a jar file only, and we are running on a Tomcat server.
Okay,
So once the testing is done on our side, then we will deploy on the QA server via Tomcat. And if staging is means testing is done from QA side, then they deployed. They have a DevOps teams of our organization. They deploy on a staging and production. Hello.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, I'm listening to you.
Yes.
Okay, so what type of annotations you have used to create Spring Boot application?
We use several annotations in our Spring Boot project, like at the rate Spring Boot application, at the rate component, at the rate service repository, at the rate auto add, at the rate value.
Okay. Have you
Yeah.
used at the rate path variable?
Yes, we use path variable also.
Yeah, so what is the use of that?
We have a URL, right? So can I write here one example? So
Yeah,
Yes. So this URL, so path variable basically this 10, right? So we have to get this 10 value in our project. So that's why we are using a path variable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you used actuators?
Yes, we use actuator.
And what about Spring Boot admin?
Spring Boot admin, no,
Okay.
not use it. We use dev tools.
Okay. Okay. So what like which different modules have you used of Spring till now?
Uh, s- Spring Data, Spring Core Spring, JDBC, and Spring Security.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can say Spring Gateway also I used
Okay.
only one time. Yeah,
So you have used Spring Security, right?
yes.
So how do you implement security, Spring Security in your application?
Yeah, just first add the security dependency in our pom.xml. Then we have to implement our web security configure adapter, uh, which can extend the web MVC means abstract configure adapter, where we have to override the two method, which is the HTTP security, where we have to define which are the which are permit level API or which are private API. So suppose if you have a private API needed to the authentication. If it is not private API, it directly access.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have to define in the security level only. And then we have a configure a request filter where suppose if it is a private API, right?
Yeah.
So then it goes to the our request filter, which is we can say authentication filter, and we are also handling exception handling, where also we handling authentication entry filter and access denied. So authentication is occurred only when the authentication is failed, but access denied is handled when he has an authenticated user, but he does not have that much of a permission to access this resource. Then he will get the access denied exception. So access denied exception it will get by using at the rate pre-authorized, post-authorized. We have several annotation provided by the Spring Security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how you are managing profiles, different profiles of your Spring Boot application?
Uh, means we have a Spring Profiles dot dev something is there, but till now I will not means we have a different application dot properties where we have to mention, and one single application dot properties is there, and we have a separate application properties also is there, and we are providing a variable from an environment variable, right?
Okay.
So suppose if you are providing a production, then it will take a sorry, then it will take a production application dot properties. If you provide a QA, then it will take a QA level properties file.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you understand by microservice?
Yes, microservices have a lot of advantages as well as the disadvantages also. Advantages in case only when you have one product and product has a set of services. So suppose if in your product only some services have more clients except the other service, then you should go with the microservices.
Okay.
Yeah, in microservices we have to make a lot of REST call only. So the calling to the other services it may cause, but when you use monolithic, so give me a moment. The charging, uh, can I charge?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome to the Edureka YouTube channel.
Yeah. Now
We are
it's
your
clear.
one-stop solution for all
Yes.
trending
So
technologies.
in microservices we have to make a REST call. most means suppose if you want to communicate with another service, then you have to make a rest call, right?
Okay.
But in case of a monolithic, if you want to call the next service, you just add the dependency and you call them. It's fine, but the advantages in microservices is that suppose in monolithic architecture you have a project, right? In project you have only two services have a lot of clients
Yeah.
except the other services. So when you are deploying at the server, so number of instances you want to increase, right? So you have to increase the all project instance. So means without necessary you have to increase the instance for all services also. But in case of a microservices, you have a separate service, right?
Yeah.
So suppose your services have a lot, means you know which services have a more clients. So for that particular services you increase the number of instances, so it will very responsive and throughput.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the advantages. So maintenance is easy in microservices. It's not easy in a monolithic architecture.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Good.
yeah. Thank you.
So I think I am done with my side. Do you have any questions?
Yes. How was my interview?
That I will tell to HR. I
I
I was not
No problem.
supposed to discuss that with you, but yeah, I
Okay.
can give you some suggestions.
Yes.
Suggestions on you can have some clarity in your questions, some details as well. Try to give any real life example. Real life means uh, example from your project for everything, so it will be more understandable that you have done something and you have knowledge about something. Any interviewer can differentiate that this person has worked on something, or he just read something or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Understood. Understood. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for.
Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.